Okay, there we go. All right, welcome to our first exercise class. So, just to review from Monday, did anyone think of standing up with less use of their hands or without hands since
Yes.
Monday? How'd it go?
I still can't do it from this chair, but I realized that on my sofa, with some effort, it took me a few times, but now I'm using that to kind of build up my thigh muscles, whatever they're called. Um, because I'm able to get up off that now without, I have to think about it, but I don't have to use my hands. I can do it.
Good.
Yay! That's
Yeah, I can
big.
do it too.
Okay, you can do it. The thinking about it is the biggest win to me because so often we're going through life without even, we're just our mind somewhere else. So the fact that you even remembered is awesome. Cool. Okay. Before we get started exercising, I do want you guys to grab a piece of paper. It could be a post-it, something that you will keep until Monday or until you receive your workbooks. And you're going to transfer this into your workbook later. But I do want to go ahead and have everyone write a couple goals. One goal is sufficient, but if you have more than one goal for this class, great. So just to review, we're trying to be as specific as possible with our goals. So SMART goals are specific, measurable, um, okay, I'm gonna have to pull up my little cheat sheet here. SMART goals. They're timely. They have an endpoint. So by November 21st will be our last class. I want to be able to walk around the block 15 minutes, 4 days a week. That would be a SMART goal. Okay. SMART goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So as objective as you can. Another example, I want to do a strengthening workout twice a week for 30 minutes with the goal of increasing my balance. That would be a good goal. You want it to be achievable, that it's realistic. So start small. And now I'll be quiet so you guys can write your goals.
You want us to do the goal right this minute or
Yeah,
just
go ahead and write the goal. Write at least one goal. What's your top reason that you're here? What are you hoping to get out of this class? If you have multiple goals, that's great too. Other examples could be like, I had a lady that she wanted to be able to put her shoes on standing up again. So I want to be able to safely put my shoes on standing up. It could be I want to walk my dog. It could be something like I have a family trip coming up and I want to be able to navigate the stairs or the hills or the cobblestone or whatever it might be. I want to be able to walk onto a cruise ship confidently. 1 or 2 more minutes. Look over your goals. Are they as specific? Is there any way you can make it more specific? Is it realistic? All right. Does anyone want to share one or all of their goals?
Sure, I will.
Okay, but I saw Bonnie's hand first, so
Oh, sorry. Is that
we're-
is that how we're doing it? Okay.
it's a free for all. Well, it'll be
Okay,
different
good.
every
Yeah, that's a good
time.
one.
Well, after our session, I want to strengthen my arms and legs using weights and band, strengthen my core. And I'd like to do both of these at least twice a week.
Okay, good. Cool. Thanks, Bonnie. Aunt Law.
Well, I've got knee replacement coming up after the first of the year. So in order to be prepared for that, I'm going to join Planet Fitness, which isn't that far, and do strength training twice a week for my arms and legs, all in anticipation of what's coming with this knee surgery.
Awesome.
My
Yeah.
other goal is to walk the big lake twice a week, but I've never walked it once even, so I'm working up to it.
Okay. Awesome. Bonnie and Aunt Law, the one question I would ask when you say you want to work out twice a week, do you want to work out for an hour? Do you want to work out for 30 minutes, 25 minutes, 40 minutes? So I would just put a time that way you have, a measure of success.
Okay.
It could be 5 minutes. I did it. And
yeah.
just starting really small.
I'd like
Okay.
to start at least 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Okay, cool. Okay, Carol.
I have I cannot get up onto my stairs.
Okay.
See that little brick on the floor?
Yeah.
I can't get up that one little step without stepping on that little brick
Okay.
Mm,
and then pulling on the railing and the handrail up there and
Okay.
my railing. So that's a goal. I want to be able to get up that one little step without the assistance of my booster brick.
Okay. That is a very concrete goal.
And then mission accomplished. I would like to be able to get on one little step stool in the kitchen because I have shrunk so many inches and I'm short to start with. Get up on a little step stool in the kitchen so I can reach into my kitchen cabinets.
Okay. Great.
As I've gotten beamed so many times using the grabbers and getting cans from the top shelves. And
Yeah.
then I lose my grip and something comes flying down on me. So I would
Oh,
like to be able to grab it with my hand. So those
cool.
are 2 goals.
Great goals. Thanks for sharing, guys. Okay, so put that in a place that you won't lose it until you get the workbook, and then when the workbook comes in, you can transfer that over to your goal page.
Got it. Sticky note.
Okay. Make sure the wind doesn't blow it away from the storm.
It's stuck.
Okay, so today we are going to start with a program that's called the Otago program. So, as I mentioned before, my goal with this program with my program, is to give you guys exact instructions for those people that just want exact instructions. Just tell me what to do, Amber. I don't want all this, complication. Just give me something to do, I'll do it. So that's what we're gonna do with this. You guys are gonna get this when I mail out your workbooks. And it's a packet. It's kind of blending in with my background, but you get the idea. And then for those of you that want something different, or you're going to be going to Planet Fitness, you might be doing pieces of the Otago program at Planet Fitness, or you might take what you like and leave the rest and add some other machines. So I want there to be order for those who need exact instructions, and I want there to be so much flexibility for everyone that wants their own individualized exercise plan. If everyone ends this 8 weeks with a different exercise plan, that's great. Okay. And if you all leave and you're like, no, I just like this one, then that's great too. So this is a research-based program that was out of New Zealand. I like to start with it because it is research-based, and there has been evidence that doing this program 3 times a week reduces falls significantly. So they have a strengthening component, a balance component, and they do recommend walking 10 minutes most days. So I'm gonna share my screen and pull it up here, and we're just gonna go through it today. I think it'll be nice. We're just gonna go through it at like a relaxed pace and see how far we get, because that'll give us a realistic time of how long it'll really take. So I'm gonna share. I wanna share. Hopefully this will do it. Okay. Are you guys seeing the workbook?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so this is the Otago program. It's 11:25, just so we have an idea of how long it takes. So, you guys can read more about this. I'm gonna touch on a couple points, but they do recommend you do need to do the prescribed exercises 3 times a week to get the benefits to reproduce what they did. So this is all, that's how research works. It has to all be very objective and measurable. And so they are claiming, you can't get the results that they claim of decreasing your fall prevention, your fall risk. I want to say it was by like 40% by
Wow.
doing this program, unless you're doing it 3 times a week. So, that's not to say now you might be happy doing it twice a week and notice a significant difference as well, but this program is written for 3 times a week. Safety, they do touch on safety. As the other day, don't sit in rolling chairs, try to hold on to objects that are very sturdy. I always recommend, honestly, I work in people's homes. I'm a big fan of the kitchen counter because it's so sturdy. So kitchen counters, door frames, walls, things that are definitely not going to move. Whereas even a couch could move. Another good option is putting a chair behind you. And we'll go over some other safe options. Another safe option is backing yourself into a corner, either in the kitchen and then or against a wall, and bringing a sturdy chair or a walker in front of you, so that if you do lose your balance backwards, you have the kitchen counter or the wall on either side. If you really think you're going to plop down, then you might want to do it in front of the couch, for example, so that you can just sit down. But those are some safe options. Again, this is my first time instructing balance exercises when I'm not there with you in person. So use your best judgment. Again, I just can't state enough. You do not have to do anything. Do not feel peer pressure. This is not a pressure environment. If you sit and watch the whole thing, that's perfectly great. Okay. So only do what you're comfortable with, make good decisions, ask questions if you don't feel safe, and we can try to problem solve a way that you can do stuff safely. Okay. Then we go on to walking. Walking is an excellent way to improve your general fitness. Try going for a walk on most days of the week. Start with 10 minutes and gradually try to increase the distance you walk and the time you spend walking. Okay.
Can you
And
enlarge it, Amber?
enlarge it, yeah.
Good.
Oops. Okay. Yeah, and I like this too. Choose a comfortable pace. Again, we're going for longevity. I would rather that you guys get in a good walking routine for the rest of your life, even if it's only 3 days a week, than go really gung ho. I'm going to walk every day for 8 weeks and then it's too much and you burn out. So just start small. Some people might do well walking with a friend. If you have a dog, that's good for accountability. Walking inside versus outside, this is a good point. We have a couple malls that they open up early. So you can either go in the morning or you can go at any time. But even big grocery stores, Target, Walmart, Costco, are good places to walk if the heat is too much for you. Okay, so the first movement, they have some warm-up movements, which I like. So we are gonna find a place, if you so choose, to stand up. And we're just gonna do it exactly as written. So stand up tall and look ahead. Slowly turn your head as far as you can to the right. Slowly turn your head as far as you can to the left. Good. Still getting set up here. And we'll do it 5 times. So look 5 times each way, just nice and slow, just warming up the neck.
Need to go grab my walker.
Okay. Is everybody wearing shoes?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. We'll just wait for Carol to get her walker. You can do a free stretch. Stretch whatever feels good. Whatever feels like it needs it right now. What's that, Bonnie?
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
You know, I already walk 30 minutes, 6 days a week, but now when can I do these strength exercises the same day that I walk?
Yes, you can do
Or
the
say
strength.
alternate,
Sorry, what was that last bit?
so I don't have to not walk the day I do them, is that correct?
Correct. You can do them both at the same time, and it says up here earlier, you can break them up. You don't have to do them all in one go. So you could either do the whole packet 3 times a week, right? Or you could do breaks it up into strengthening and balance exercises. So you could flip-flop if you wanted to do 6 days a week, shorter sessions. You could do the strengthening exercises Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You could do the balance exercises Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, as an example. You could also do the strength exercises in the morning, the balance exercises in the afternoon, so you can break them up and still do them on 3 days. There is a lot of flexibility. The important thing is just doing them all 3 times a week.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And again, just I am a recovering perfectionist, so I will probably touch on trying not to do this perfectly a lot. So if you have a goal of only strengthening twice a week, or not only, if you have a goal of adding strengthening twice a week and 3 times a week is just too much right now, then just do it twice.
Okay,
Did Carol make it back? Okay, we're gonna go on to the next exercise. So stand up tall and look ahead. Place one hand on your chin and then guide your head straight back. Tuck your chin in and repeat this 5 times. This should feel like you're trying to make a double chin. And then when you can, try not to push your neck, try not to push your chin with your hand, just kind of touch your fingers to your chin. Making sure. Yeah, it looks like you guys are doing it correctly. I'm gonna exaggerate for effect. What we don't want is to lean your head back. We want you to really be bringing your head back on the same level. So just make sure you're not tilting back at all. It's just a chin tuck. You should have a double chin here. And that's that exercise. All right. Next, back extension. Stand up tall with feet shoulder width apart. Place your hands on the small of your back. Gently arch your back 5 times. Make sure you're not holding your breath. You can do a small exhale as you lean back. Beautiful. Okay, trunk movements. Stand up tall and place your hands on your hips. Don't move your hips. Turn as far as you can to the right comfortably. Turn as far as you can to the left. Repeat 5 times each side. I'm going to give you guys freedom to decide if you like to rotate your hips and go a little farther. You're welcome to rotate your hips as well. I actually like that. It's good for being able to look over your shoulder. Carol, right now we're rotating our trunk left and right. It says don't rotate your hips. I'm gonna give you guys the freedom to either isolate the spine and not move your hips, or if you want, you can kind of rotate freely with your hips and spine, whatever feels best.
I don't know how to rotate without moving my hips.
It's hard. One thing you can do is try to like put your palm on the back of your hip and kind of block it. And then don't try like 50%. So however hard you're trying, dial it back. I can't really see if you're efforting.
Yeah, I know what you mean now, yeah.
And just, you
Huh,
won't really go that far,
yeah, it doesn't.
but you should feel, it might isolate some muscles here in your abs, your abdominal area.
Okay,
I like to think of it like wringing out a towel. So if you think of almost like actively pushing your hip forward as you push your shoulder back, you can sometimes actually feel the abdominal muscles contracting there. Okay. Next will be ankle movements. So either stand or sit. Pull the foot towards you, then point the foot down. Repeat 10 times for each foot. So sitting, it'll look like this. Standing, I would recommend holding on with 2 hands or at least 1 hand and just pointing and flexing your foot. So when you point, really, you can also do ankle circles. Those feel good sometimes. Try to feel a stretch on the back of your calf muscle. And if you sit, you can do both feet together. So we'll do that 10 times up and down. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up when you're done. Just because I can't tell sometimes. Okay, cool. Thank you. Cool. All right. Now we're going to go on to strengthening. With this program, they do recommend getting adjustable ankle weights. If you like this program, you can go ahead and order some. If you want to wait and see, you might want to wait a few weeks as we go through the program. I'm going to expose you guys to dumbbells and resistance bands. And so before you go buying equipment, you might just want to go through the range of motion. There's other ways that we can talk about, like you can strap a bag of rice onto your ankles. Like there's creative ways that you can use what you have in your home before you go purchasing a bunch of equipment. So this recommends ankle weights. We're going to do it just range of motion today. Okay, front knee strengthening exercise. Strap the weight onto your ankle, sit in a chair with your back well supported. Straighten the leg out and lower the leg 10 times. So if you do this sitting in a couch, you'll definitely do it sitting, but make sure that your whole thigh is very well supported. And I'll see if I can. You want to keep your thighs. Can you guys see that? You want to try to keep your thigh muscle, your whole leg resting on the chair or the couch or whatever surface you're on. What I see a lot is people trying to lift their whole leg up.
yeah.
And that's going to bring in a lot of hip action, which is fine. It's just a different strength component. What we're really trying to target is the quadriceps muscle, which is the front of your thigh, which is the main muscle for your knee. And that activates a lot better if your upper leg is relaxed. So you should.
Amber, if we do buy ankle weights, what size would you recommend?
So I would start maybe with 5.
Okay,
I have some 10s that they're honestly kind of bulky and heavy to put on. You can also do this with a band. The difference with the band and the ankle weights though is if you have a 5-pound ankle weight on, it's gonna be 5 pounds of resistance through the whole range of motion. If you have a band, when you're getting to the very end, it's gonna be harder than when there's less tension on the band. So bands are great, they just put inconsistent challenge throughout the range of motion. And it gets harder as you stretch the band, obviously. So I would start with 5. What does this recommend? Did have a note. Adjustable ankle weights are weighted bands that fasten around your ankles, most often with Velcro. They add weight to your legs, allow you to gradually increase the weight 1 pound to 20 pounds. Actually, that's what I would do. There are certain ones that have little tiny metal little nuggets that you can remove and put them in. So I would
I
find
see.
adjustable.
That's a good idea.
This says you're encouraged to purchase a weight set with each weight band holding 5 to 10 pounds. That should cost 30 to 50 bucks. Adjustable weights can be purchased. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I had a patient that had I don't even know what they're called. Just little, not gold bars, but little metal bars. Good question. Carol, while you were gone, Bonnie asked a good question, which is how should we be breaking this up, especially if we already have an exercise plan like walking in place? So you can definitely do the strengthening and balance exercises, this Otago program, on the same days that you walk. And then the important thing, if you're looking for the results that this program provides, is to do it 3 times a week in any way, shape, or form. So you can break them up. You don't have to do them all in one sitting. So you can break it up morning and night, 3 days a week. You can break it up balance 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then strength Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. It really doesn't matter how you break it up if you're doing it 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay. Back knee strengthening. So strap the weight onto your ankle, stand up facing a table with both hands on the table, kitchen counter. You can use the back of a chair. If you are gonna use the back of a chair, what's important is that you're not putting a lot of weight through it. So if you need to put a lot of weight through, please use a kitchen counter. If you're able to do this just with a couple fingers, then you can use a chair. What you really want to be careful is that you're not pulling backwards. The direction of your force should be straight down to the earth. You can also use a walker, again, pushing straight down to the earth to stabilize. So you're just going to bend your knee, bring the foot towards your bottom. Repeat 10 times, 2 sets of 10 on each leg. So that's just up and down. 4. 10. Okay, other leg. 1, 2, 3. Okay, back to the first leg. Move to the counter since I'm recommending you guys use the counter. Nine, 10. Okay. Give me a thumbs up when you're done with that one. Cool. All right. Side hip strengthening. Stand up tall beside a table. Keep the legs straight, foot facing straight ahead. Lift the leg out to the side and return. So we'll do 2 sets of 10 again. With this one, make sure you're going straight to the side, or if anything, slightly at a backwards diagonal, as opposed to coming forward. So we're not going for height. If you go forward, you'll be able to lift it a lot higher, but we really just want to target our side buttocks muscle. Good. You guys will, oops. You'll also feel that in your standing leg quite a bit. Okay, calf raises. Probably everyone's familiar with calf raises. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart, come up onto your toes. 2 sets of 10, and then the next one's going to be toe raises. So you can combine these or you can separate them. So toe raises would be coming back on your heels. You want to try not to stick your butt way too far back. Keep your butt pretty straight, and just use the muscles of your ankle to flex your feet. So you can separate them or combine them and rock up and back.
I can hardly get my toes off the ground,
Yeah, it's hard.
really.
Can you get them off the ground if you lean back a little more?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and do that.
Are we supposed to only use one hand or can you use both hands?
Oh, you can use both hands.
Especially when you're going backwards.
Yeah, you can use both. They have that lady using one, but I'm using both.
How many sets?
2 sets of 10 each exercise, so 20 each way. The other thing, rocking back on your heels, depending on what shoes you're wearing, most shoes have a thicker sole at the heel and taper down. As you can see with mine, that's going to make it harder to rock back on that cushion area. So depending on what footwear you have, it might be easier or harder. You could, if you feel safe, you could try this barefoot and see if you're able to go farther, but whatever is safest. So, but just want to point out your footwear can impact how far you can get your toes up. Okay. Everyone feeling good?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, now we're gonna go on to the balance exercises. So, knee bends, no support. Stand up tall near a table and look ahead. Place your feet shoulder width apart. Squat down halfway, bending your knees. The knees go over the toes. When you feel your heels start to lift up, straighten back up. Repeat 10 times. And so this is like a partial squat. Um, You can do it in front of a chair if you feel more comfortable. You can do it with the kitchen counter, whatever you feel most comfortable. When you squat down, you are bending your knees and your hips. So try to, instead of the action being like, a ballet plie where you would just drop straight down, kind of bring your butt back like you're going to sit in a chair. Say, oh, never mind, I'm going to stand up. Pretend you're going to sit in a chair and then back up. So just start with whatever range is comfortable to you.
Your feet stay flat on the floor.
Yes, feet stay flat. If your heels start to come up, shift your butt back or just stand back up. I like to either hold my hands together or I like to hold my arms kind of out front because they counterbalance me. And I don't feel like I'm going to tip backwards so much when I do that. And your feet can be wherever's comfortable. So they can be more narrow, they can be wider. Your feet can be turned out. Some people have a natural toe out position. So if your hips are rotated out a bit, that's okay. If you prefer a wider stance for your hips, that's okay. Every exercise in the world is modifiable. So if you have pain while you're doing any of these and need a modification, let me know. Walking and turning around. So stand near a table, walk at your regular pace, turn in a clockwise direction, walk back to the starting position. This is a figure eight, guys. It's easier to say figure eight. So we're going to walk in a big figure eight or a small figure eight, either one, twice. Doing this in the kitchen is kind of nice because you can be between countertops. If you want, you can also set down 2 items and kind of like cones and walk a figure eight path around them. Nice. Good job, everybody. Beautiful. All right. Okay, sideways walking. Stand up near a table, place your hands on your hips, take 10 steps to the right, 10 steps to the left. Repeat 4 times. So if you can do this without holding on, great. If you need to touch something, great. If you need a walker, great. Whatever level you're at.
How many steps?
It 40, let's say 40. So it says 10 to the right, 10 to the left 4 times. So however you want to get to 40. I lost count. Mm. Okay, we're gonna take it down just to 10 repetitions of each one, just to expose you guys to all of the exercises, because there's not that many more. So heel toe walking, hold support. So this is gonna be like walking on a tightrope. Place one foot directly in front of the other so that your feet form a straight line. Place the foot behind directly in front of the other, repeat for 10 steps. So go ahead and do hold on to something if you need for the first time. This is like walking on a tightrope, so just do 10 steps. If you run out of counter space, just turn the other way. And then if you feel comfortable, you can start to hover your hands but not hold on. So if you want to play around with, oh, can I make it a few steps without holding on the entire time, you can hover your hands over the countertop but not hold on. Okay. We're gonna try one leg standing, no support. So stand near your support and stand on one leg for 10 seconds on each leg. Touch down as you need.
I can't do that without hanging on.
Yeah.
Me
Do
neither.
What's that?
I can't do it either without holding on.
Yeah, neither can I.
So even if you can get 1 or 2 seconds without holding on, that's still just do the best you can here.
This is where the wobble comes in.
Yeah. So everyone will have wobble. So I like to show people if you're doing a harder balance exercise, your ankle and foot muscles are going to be working harder. So when I do this, I wobble. That's a natural response. So you will feel more wobbly. So just do the best you can, and you'll be surprised how fast you'll see differences and improvements here. Okay, heel walking. Stand beside the table, hold on, look up straight ahead, come back onto your heels, raising the front of your foot. Walk 10 steps on your heels. So Now I call this like a duck walk. Where you're just kind of, my butt does stick out a little bit. Hold on if you need to. And then the next one is just gonna be the reverse of that, is the toe walking. So you're gonna stand on your tiptoes and walk 10 steps up on your tiptoes.
Sure glad you didn't ask me to do anything backwards. That's the worst.
I think that's coming.
Oh, no.
I can't remember. Oh, I make every one of my patients walk backwards. That one, is it in here? Oh, I'm actually surprised that one's not in here. That's a great one to do too. Is just, again, with the kitchen counter, even walking backwards with a handhold is super good just for balance. And you can't believe how many people that I ask to walk backwards that
Can't do it.
really, yeah, they really can't do it. So that's a good thing to practice, even holding on. Okay, stand to sit, one hand. We all are good at this one. So just using one hand to stand up 10 times.
Oh, God.
Find a surface height that you're successful at. We don't want this to be miserable. Nice work, everybody. Okay. One or two more. Stand to sit, no hands. We already did that one. That looks like the same one to me. Oh, I see. They're differentiating between stand to sit with one hand and stand to sit with no hands. So just whenever you're able, go ahead and progress to that. And then the last one is stair walking. I don't know if you guys even have stairs. Hold on to a handrail for this exercise as required for safety. Go up and down the stairs for 10 steps. Progress to 2 sets of 10. So, do any of you have a step where you could safely do this?
I don't have any stairs.
No stairs.
Yes, I have stairs.
Yes, you do. We saw your stairs. Bonnie?
I don't, but if I go to the park where the playground is, there's a set of 8 steps. I have to hang on to the wall though, there's no handrail.
Okay. I'm a
I've
fan.
done that before, but not a lot.
Okay. I'll be right back. Let me show you one alternative, and this is our last one. So this is, we'll call this optional, but I'll show you the best alternative that I have.
Okay.
So this is a 4-inch aerobic step. And it's pretty wide. I mean, it's at least 1.5 feet by 2 feet or so. And so you could place this right in front of the kitchen counter and do step ups. So it would look like this. And you do 10 times on that leg and then 10 times on the left leg. So that's a good one. Carol, this is probably an important one for you in achieving your goal. So is there a way that you can safely do repeated step ups onto the booster brick?
Yes,
Okay, okay. So that's an option for you because you do have both handholds. Another option is signing up for physical therapy alongside this course. If you try this stuff out and you want to be able to go a little bit more outside your comfort zone, but with the safety of a therapist next to you, then this could be a good way to, a good time to do like a balanced tune-up, I call it. Like go work with somebody one-on-one. They put your hands on you so you never feel uncomfortable. And then, yeah, so that's another option.
I
A
go to
person-
EOS, I don't know if that's how you say it, EOS Fitness in Castleberry,
Oh, cool. Okay.
and they're new there. I don't know if you're aware.
I've seen that.
There were Sam's used to be on 436 in
Where did Sam's
Castleberry.
used to be?
Yeah, remember where Sam's was in 436 near, not too far from 1792.
Where a racetrack used to be, or not racetrack, but,
I'll take your word for it. I have seen that logo, so I know what fitness center you're talking about. They might have group classes or personal training as well.
They
That
do, they have
yeah,
personal training. It's
that might
humongous. And what I
yeah,
like about that one anyway is they have a pool and a hot tub, and they have a chair lift that puts you in it and takes you out of it, because I can't do steps.
awesome.
So I can get put in and lifted out.
That's perfect. I'm so glad there's so much more awareness about accessibility nowadays. It's
And
still
it's
not
free.
perfect.
Silver sneakers, it's free.
Yeah. If you have silver sneakers, definitely be using that.
Yeah, so I'm
Okay,
not,
so that
yeah.
is the program. And we did it super slowly and it took us 45 minutes, right? Am I doing that right? 35 plus 10. Um, if you were to do this day in and day out, that would shorten it up and we obviously wouldn't be talking. So at the very most, this would probably take you 35 minutes, if I'm guessing. Do you guys agree?
Yes,
Okay.
it's
So,
amazing how much of this I do in water aerobics. I do a lot of the same exercises, but in the water. I'll do it both ways, so.
yeah, yeah. Water aerobics are awesome too. Yeah, you'll get a little more um, bone density doing
Yes.
the things on land. But okay, so this is the Otago program. You will have this as an option. Any questions from today? Yeah, Aunt Law.
So when will we have this in hand? Or do
Good
we just,
question. I'm picking it up today, mailing it today, so you should have it by Monday.
okay.
I'm gonna see what needs to happen for me to get it to you by Monday.
But
With
in the meantime, do we have access to what you just walked us through?
Good question. I am going to give you access. So if you guys have a couple minutes, you can stay on. If not, you can watch a video later. I'm gonna make a recording of how to access this, the school website that I referenced. So
Yeah, I'm gonna sign off because it's really picking up here and I wanna, the wind is.
okay,
In Pinellas Park, so,
okay. You have an
Alright.
invitation in your email already
okay,
to join the school community. So if you can navigate joining that, go for it. And this will be up there in 2 minutes. And
Great.
then if not, I'll make a video showing you guys how to access school.
Excellent. Thank you so
Bye.
much.
All right, bye
Bye-bye.
everybody. You're
Bye,
See you
welcome.
everybody.
See you
Thank you,
Monday.
guys.
Bye.
Stay safe.
How long, how long, I can't do that duck walking thing and that foot in front of each other. How
Yeah.
long will it take us to get better at that, doing these exercises?
You'd be surprised how fast you'll get better at it.
That's one of the things that I've noticed. That's the only place I feel uncomfortable with that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah. Again, I will say, one of the benefits which you'll hear me talk about, I either mention it next week or the week 3, I can't remember, but just the role of physical therapy. Obviously, I'm biased, right? I am a physical therapist. So if you ask a physical therapist how to improve your balance, they're gonna say, go to physical therapy. But it can help you make improvements faster if that's what you're looking for, because you just have an extra security net where you feel safe to do more challenging things. So as we'll learn, one of the most important things of increasing your balance is that it be challenging enough to stimulate a change. So if I were to just stand here with my feet wide, this is not difficult for me at all. So it's not going to improve my balance. In order for me to improve my balance, say now I'm standing on one foot and I'm pushing the limits of where I can go, and oh, okay, I lost my balance there. So now my body just learned in that moment, oh, I can't go quite that far. So a lot of my clients will be very discouraged when they lose their balance and say, oh, I messed up. Oh, I can't do this. And I'm saying, actually, if you fall over, your body is learning in that moment. So some people would prefer to work one-on-one with, doesn't have to be a physical therapist. It could be a personal trainer. It could be a family member, just to allow you to do more challenging things that you wouldn't feel comfortable doing, and you can progress maybe a little faster.
Looking forward to getting the book because I plan to do those at least 3 times a week. I may start out at 2, but you know, I do Tai Chi, and
Yeah.
I just doing that, my bone density went up when
Yeah.
the last test I had. So I'm sure this will help on
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
know. So
Go
I'm looking
ahead.
forward to those. I think those are good. And they're not too challenging, you know, just doing the duck walk or whatever, that's really challenging for me. But anyway, I think
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And I used to think that this was too easy. And I'll be honest with you, I kind of used to poo-hoo it like, oh, it's not good enough. It's not, you're not lifting heavy enough weights, or the balance exercises aren't hard enough. But I've seen time and time again with my clients, it doesn't take much. And so I really trust this program now. I think it's great. I'm going to show you other options if you want to do other things that, you know, are just different. They're just different options, different strokes for different folks. So
well, at my age, those sound plenty good to me.
yeah, no, I
I'm
think,
satisfied with those, and I think, like you said, just hanging on, like standing on one foot, I can't hold it hardly a second, you know.
yeah,
My balance is really not good like that. So I'm looking forward to the booklet to do those.
yeah, I think it'll be very beneficial for everyone. All right, ladies, any questions for?
Yes, does standing, doing things like standing at the sink, washing dishes and that sort of thing, do those kind of activities help your bone density?
I would say yes, anything weight bearing.
Okay.
Anything weight bearing on your feet.
I find I end up doing a lot of things where I'm on my feet, but I'm standing still, you know, doing things. And I thought, I wonder if that's helping my bone density, you know, even though I'm standing still.
Yeah, we, in one of the chapters, you're going to learn there's a really cool image of different activities you can do, and it does the amount of body weight and basically like walking, for example, it measures the ground reaction forces. So not to get too much into science, but if you were to jump up and down, when you land, your body is going to receive that as a force greater than your body weight because you have to decelerate. And so it gives a demonstration like this activity is 1.2 times your body weight. This activity is, doing a step up is 2 times your body weight. Doing a jump is 5 times your body weight or whatever it is. One of them is like marching in place or stomping your feet. I had never done that one, but you can actually stomp your feet sitting down in a chair, and that can build your bone density in your legs. Who knew?
Wow.
So
Good.
yeah, that'll be a fun chapter.
Have you ever heard of the program, Osteo Strong?
I have.
I did that, and unfortunately I had to discontinue it, but I had wonderful success.
Did you?
Um, I have, with my right hip, I was already into, osteo,
Penia?
no,
Porosis.
the worst one,
Osteoporosis.
osteoporosis. And I started the Osteo Strong program, which, uh, the equipment you use there, you're only on each piece of equipment for a minute.
Yeah.
And it's at your own force or whatever, and I could do it. It didn't hurt me. It was wonderful. And then they have some rooms that are, you know, passive things with, you know, uh, infrared light and a table you lay on and different things. Anyway, I did it, and for in only a matter of just not that many months, my DEXA scan went up. I'm going to pull it out and send it to you. I think, if I remember right, that it went up like 21% or some crazy number like that.
Mm.
The gal that does my scans, she was like, what happened? You know, what are you doing? And I told her, and she could not believe the improvement that I had.
I'm gonna pass that on to one of my patients' wives was asking me about OsteoStrong, and you're now maybe the fourth or fifth person to ask me about it. One of my patients did it. I just never heard back his DEXA results after the fact.
Yeah, it was
He-
phenomenal. But I
Yeah.
had a fall
Okay.
where I hit my head on the floor, and I didn't hurt my head, but I already have all these herniations in my neck. And as a result, even though those four machines that you use there are very simple and whatnot, after that fall, I felt I could not use those machines.
How
Like
come?
I just felt like there were two of them at least. Um, the direction you use them, um, I felt like I would injure myself.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I was going for months and months and months on end where I was not using the equipment. I
Yeah.
was just using the rooms, the light and the laying on the table and you
Gotcha.
know whatnot. And you know, and I was paying full price.
Gotcha.
So eventually, and you know, they didn't give me any kind of a break in the price, and it's not cheap. And so I eventually just stopped going. But I can tell you it was the results were phenomenal.
Thank
So
you
I've
for
got,
sharing that. Yeah, I will pass that resource
I've
on.
got I've got another DEXA coming up, in a few months. So
Cool.
we'll
See the
see,
difference.
we'll see what's happened from then until now.
Yeah. Cool.
And
Well, thank you guys. Oh, go ahead.
well, I'll get you a copy of that DEXA scan.
Yeah,
So,
I would love to see that.
yeah, I say my gal that does the DEXA scan, she'd never seen anything like that.
That's super good to know.
She said if she wasn't the one who had done the previous one and this one, she would have said that there was no way. You know, that it was a flaw, that there was,
Yeah.
that it was an error. But she'd done both of them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here today. Stay safe through the storm. I'll see you Monday. We'll see what happens with the Zoom link, but we will get this sorted out one way or the other.
Well, if we can keep the Zoom link that we had that worked for today,
Whichever one worked for you, keep using that.
okay, I'm gonna keep it.
All right, I'll see you guys Monday. Email me if you have any questions.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Bye.
Bye.